as yet. He's not even necessarily associated with lyricism like some of the other top rappers in the game, like a Drake, J. Cole, or Kendrick Lamar. He doesn't have the sweat equity, the years in the game, like some of the street rappers, his peers, like Gucci Mane, Kevin Gates, or Boosie Badass.
I got a dream, Jay. I want to rap. I don't want to focus on school. I feel that all I need to do is know how to count and read.
At an early age, Kentrell Gauden, or the artist you know as NBA Youngboy, was faced with different obstacles that shaped him to who he is today. Ever notice the 3 deep scars on Gauden's forehead? Well, it came from wearing a hollow brace as a toddler. At the age of 4, Kentrell broke his neck wrestling on the bed at his grandma's house.
Nigga slammed me. When he slammed me, I fell off the bed, dude. And my neck, my chin was behind my shoulder. I couldn't move it. I walked to the front room. I'm screaming for my grandma. She like, sit down on the side of the bed. I sit down on the side of the bed. She trying to pull my shit and push it back. Wow. I'm like, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. And when the ambulance came, after that, I know I had went to sleep because I don't remember nothing. But when I woke up, I remember I seen my mama, my grandma, and my sister, plus Shonda. I had this thing on my head with screws. I'm like, what the hell is this? They're like, nothing. They're like, how you feel? I'm like, I'm good. They're like, stand up and see if you can walk. I stood up and I walked. They're like, all right.
As a child, it was already clear as day. Youngboy would have to find love elsewhere as his parents consistently let him down. Kentrell would go on to admit later on in his music career on a song called Life off of Mind of a Menace 3 that it tore him up that his mom would always put a man before him. And it also tore him up that his dad lied to him about coming to see him. He said, they just see how I'm living, they don't know how I be feeling. At the age of 8, Kentrell watched his father get sentenced to 55 years in prison after a robbery went wrong.
I talk to my daddy every day. He just be wanting money and shit though. But I be on some shit like, I don't know. I still call him daddy though to make him feel like somebody. But I ain't seen that dude since I was 4 years old. So I sent him money just to, you know, feel like he got somebody there because I know how it is when you're in jail.
Right.
I barely know him though.
His mom would end up moving away out of the neighborhood.
Cause my mama, she all about a nigga, and I'ma say it still. She all about a nigga. She used to put me before niggas. She'll put me out and shit. So I always stay with my grandma. Like my grandma took care of me. My grandma gave me anything I want.
So you was kind of spoiled by your grandma, you would say.
Yeah, my grandma made me feel love. And when she died, I ain't never felt that feeling again. Only time I ever feel love is when I walk on stage.
Kentrell would continue living life. He would regroup and continue his childhood, mostly living with his grandparents, who he really credits for his upbringing. Kentrell even went as far as to say he believes his grandmother is the only person on this earth who's truly loved him. On that same life record, Gauden would admit how much he missed his grandma. How she would make ways out of no ways to get them something to eat. And how even when he got in trouble and suspended from school, Gauden's grandmother would stop his grandfather from putting his hands on him. But things fell apart after Gauden's grandma passed away from heart failure. Specifically, the trouble started. Kentrell would end up dropping out of school after the 8th grade. He said, I wanted to be a rapper, and I couldn't focus and do that. I didn't even have the clothes for that shit. I really felt like I wasn't smart enough, so what the fuck am I there for? Kentrell ended up moving in with his friend OG33. The two began chasing a rap dream. With little money, they began to steal in efforts to get money for studio time. At one point, the two would even steal car batteries out of 18-wheelers just to make a few dollars. The crimes finally caught up with Gauden. He got locked up at 14 for robbery, serving around 6 months in a juvenile detention-like center in Louisiana. While Kentrell was in juvenile, he began to write, and write, and write. Sooner or later, the teen had 25 songs written a cappella style inside the detention center. As he grew more comfortable with the music, he then needed a stage name.
Hey, if you reach my name, then you know we slinging 9 about that. Northside landlord, I ain't playing about that. NBA be my game, bitch, I stand on that. Real diamonds on my neck with the bands on that. Bitch, nigga, call my phone on, never call back. all three and tell them niggas I don't want to chat. In the studio is shade, in the studio is strange. On the grind every day, I've been chasing that step. Real 38, baby, I'm from college track. You can keep your little money, I don't want you no track. 1 million views, we're starting today. Check you thinking I'm sleeping, I keep me in the strap. You heard me, yeah. I can put you no glizzy bin, keep him a strap.
His cousin Meech would end up giving him the nickname of NBA Youngboy, signifying that they never wanted to be broke again. Because of the potential conflict and legalities with the National Basketball Association, his rap name was officially changed to Youngboy Never Broke Again. Despite the name change, he still acknowledges that his fans will forever call him NBA Youngboy. Youngboy continued to drop tape after tape after tape as his name began to grow buzz. He started off in the hoods, moved from a couple hoods to all over the Louisiana region. His music ended up reaching one of the biggest rappers out of Louisiana at the time, Kevin Gates. Youngboy said it wasn't just fans and his rap peers finding out about his music at the time. Youngboy's name and his viewership started to make its way around the industry. In 2016, he caught the attention of Eli Picaretta, who just so happens to be the vice president of music over at Atlantic Records. You want to know how Picaretta found Youngboy?